So the time has come that I've finally bought a genuine part. It's actually not really true. I mean, I've bought plenty of genuine parts before. You know, all the internal engine parts, you know, it's Wastegate pistons and ACL race bearings and blah, blah, blah. All that stuff was name brand stuff, but all my turbo stuff, you know, it's a CX Racing turbo. There was a Tial wastegate and a Tial blow-off valve and yada, yada, yada. Anyways, my, as you saw from the last video, my eBay wastegate has become a little damaged, as you can see by how off center that kind of is there. You know, it's way close down here and really far up there. It's the valve itself is actually bent. So I was gonna buy another Chinese wastegate. I looked at like VS Racing. Pretty much the VS Racing one is the exact same. It's just a Chinese wastegate that I guess they probably pop open and look at, and I think they offer some type of warranty. But I was like, you know what, I'll just go ahead and spend the money and do the right thing. So I bought an actual wastegate. It's a Tial MVR 44 millimeter. So yeah, figured I'd just kind of go over all that. So first thing, it actually comes in a box, so that's nice. If you remember the eBay wastegate video, it just came in an envelope with the foam, which I still find kind of interesting that it came in the foam. I mean, Tial is made in the U.S. supposedly. I'm not throwing any speculation out there, but usually for someone to be able to counterfeit something to this level, usually means they have the machining and the molds and everything to do so. That usually happens when a company outsources its manufacturing to China, and since China has no copyright laws or property laws there, they basically, or a U.S. property law doesn't really apply there, so they basically they can rip off designs and just do an exact one-for-one duplicate and face no prosecution. I'm not saying that Tial has stuff manufactured in China. I don't know, but usually that's what happens. So yeah, I just found it interesting that this one came in. It had the foam, but it was funny because nothing was in the foam where it was supposed to be. It was kind of weird. So anyways, yeah, this is the actual Tial unit. It's quite nice. But yeah, you can see it's pretty much perfect. There is like absolutely nothing wrong with any part of it. It is gorgeous. The machining is gorgeous. The casting is gorgeous. The cleanup is gorgeous. Everything about it is pretty amazing. The finish is really nice. So yeah, we'll go through the box. I've seen a few other videos where people have already done this. I don't really know why I'm making it. I figured why not. Alright, so there's like already a bunch of videos of people unboxing these things, so I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail. Just kind of reconfirm what a bunch of people have already said. So anyways, first thing I notice, hardware seems a lot nicer. This flange, super nice. Machining on it, I mean, it's perfect. It feels heavier than the other one. I feel like it's thicker than the other one. I don't think I could warp this welding if I tried. I mean, it is a pretty big flange. The clamps are much nicer than the ones that come with the China wastegate. I mean, they really tried their best to try and emulate it, but they are not the same. First off, the finish on this is great. Finish on this looks like they took a Dremel to it to try and, you know, fix it. But also this has been on the car for a while, so obviously it's all discolored from heat and whatnot. But yeah, the clamps are just much better than the Chinese counterpart. For the exit for the wastegate, same deal. Really nice and solid. Hardware, oh, so you got nice water. Nice. So you got water fittings and plugs and whatnot, since the MVR can be water cooled. I'm not going to do that. That's just, I mean, they recommend water cooling for like road racing and things like that, like really harsh conditions where you really can overheat the wastegate. but I'm not going to water cool it, but comes with the stuff. Some other connections, some banjos. I'll be using these. Actually, I'll be using the ones that are already on the car because they're already on the car. And it comes with a lot of springs. I don't know what's in there. Probably nothing, just foam. So yeah, it comes with a lot of springs. I am going to have to go to the Tial website and figure out what each of these things, what weight each of these things is. I'm pretty sure the one I want is going to be this one. I think this is like the 3-pound spring or 2.5-pound spring. That's a lot of springs. All right. Going in order of size, not necessarily actual weight, because I believe the smaller ones are actually the stiffer springs. All right, so like the eBay wastegate came with like 3 springs, I think. It was like a 5 and a 10 and like a 20 or something. I don't even freaking remember. Anyways, this comes with all of them, which is good because, you know, the thing costs $390, so it's good that it comes with everything. So I believe the spring I want is this guy. This is the 0.3 bar, which I believe is like, all right, there's actually a 0.2 bar. Okay. So anyways, we got 0.3, 0.4. Why are they both 0.4? That doesn't make any sense. So this is 0.4. This is also 0.4, apparently. I don't know why, but okay. I guess you can put them inside of each other. Weird. Okay, whatever. 0.3, another 0.4, and 0.4, and 0.2. So I think what the idea is, since a lot of them are like the same, is that you can stack these to get the pressure you want. All right. So yeah, this was the spring I had in there. It was like 5 psi or something like that. The interesting thing about the Tial stuff is that originally, I mean, you can tell just by the inside there, there's multiple grooves and ridges, and it's meant to seat different springs. So the way these were designed to be used was you're supposed to be able to stack springs to get the pressure that you want. So the Chinese wastegates do not. I mean, they do function the same way, but when you get the springs, they don't sell the springs. They don't come with the entire assortment of springs in order for you to be able to dial the spring pressure in. So, like I said, in my case, I'll probably just be going with single spring because I'm using a max solenoid, a 4-port solenoid, so I'm sending pressure to the top, so I can run a really low spring pressure, like practically nothing, and run up to like 30 psi if I wanted to, if not more. So I'll go ahead, I'll pull this guy apart, and we can see what the differences look like. Also, the genuine tiles do not come with a spring pre-installed. Ooh, well that's different. Okay. Whew, that is quite the difference. So yeah, I got no idea what's going on with the design there. There's some weird machining going on there, but yeah, there's definitely some differences. The diaphragm is way different than the old style. So you can see inside, the screws are all flush mounted inside there. Get in here with some light. There we go. So you can see inside, the screws are all flush mounted. There's no crud in there. Not that I can see anyways. Yeah, no, a little bit of oil, but yeah, nice and clean, anodized the entire way through. The stem looks a lot more, come on, there we go. The stem looks a little beefier. The valve is a different design. Put some light in there. So yeah, you can see the valve is, versus this guy, obviously the valve in this one is damaged. But the valve in this one seems like it's thicker. Probably made out of a less, that's so lovely. The other thing I complained about this one when I first got it was, when you look inside there, well, you can't really see it too well inside there because I don't have the best lighting. But yeah, there was all types of flashing still inside, and you can see all the seams, and just all the finish machining was just really poor. This is just amazing. This is so clean inside. I mean, this is basically spotless inside of there. It is, yeah, for nearly 400 bucks, you know, better be nice. So you can see the machining on the flange face, well, on the face, but just tiny details, you know, just how nice all of that is. That is so nice. Versus the machining on this where they just never really finished it, you know. And like I said, this guy's old, you know, it's been used, but you can still see some of the remnants from the casting and stuff that was still on there. It was never shiny like the Tial was. Yeah, there's really not a whole lot to really say about it other than it's a Tial, you know. It's, I guess, like, the real question would be, do I think it's worth spending the extra money on the real deal? I mean, I can't really tell you yet because I haven't put it on the car, but just from first impressions, yeah, I mean, it's a much better, higher quality product, you know, and it's got warranty and support and blah, blah, blah. So, hardware, it looks like it's basically the same stuff. Maybe slightly better quality. I don't know, hard to tell. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and slap a spring in here and get her on the car, and then I'll take her for a spin and see how she does. I almost don't want to put it on the car. It's so shiny and new. So here's something I did notice. The firing from the knockoff versus from the actual Tial, they are different. You can see there's a step is different. So if you try and use the genuine firing in the eBay gate, it sits too low. And so it'll, you know, it sits too low, so it'll rattle around in there. I'm hoping I don't have an issue. Hoping I don't have an issue on the flange on the vehicle. And it looks about the same. So I would also explain why this probably never sealed very well. Well, even that one sits too low. It's pretty funny. So yeah, that would explain why that never sealed very well. I guess I can put the dump tube on. Nah, we'll put this on. God bless America. Forgot that was there. So yeah, she don't look too bad on there. About to go take her for a spin. I'm not gonna bother recording any of that stuff for you guys because I mean it's whatever. But yeah, pretty happy with the purchase so far. I mean the quality of the actual product is just 1,000 times better than the Chinese version. If I was on a budget like I was when I first put this thing together, which I'm still kind of on a budget, but I mean the budget's far gone. You know, it's whatever at this point. But originally I was on a budget. I was trying to keep costs down. Would I buy the Chinese Wastegate again, knowing what I know now? Yeah, I would. I would still buy it because it's $90 versus $390. So it's a big difference. It's a huge price difference for something that does function. It did function well. It did what it was supposed to do the entire time until it bent the valve. And the bent valve is probably due to my two-step being way too aggressive because I was being a ricer. So yeah, I mean, the Chinese Wastegate would probably still last. I mean, people have great success. You look at like Sloppy Mechanics. I mean, he uses the VS Racing one pretty much exclusively on everything that he does, and he never has a problem with them. And they're $100. I mean, honestly, I probably could have just went with a VS Racing, but anyways, I kind of wanted the Tial bling, so anyways, that's the deal. You know, if you want to spend the money, buy the real stuff. If you want to save some money, buy the cheap stuff, but be prepared for things to happen. You know, be prepared for poor quality, poor machining, it not working out of the box, and you having to spend a couple of hours dicking with it to get it to work correctly. Whereas this was just pretty much pop it out of the box, put the spring in, throw it on the car, and it's good to go. Fit is much better than the original. The clamps are much better. The hardware is much better. Everything is, like I said before, 1,000 times better. But the price is also pretty shitty. So anyways, I'm going to go for a test drive, and I'll see you guys later.